Hey friends, this is Sean Gaillard with another episode of Vinyl Riffs where we explore the records that move us, inspire us, and remind us what is possible. And I am excited to share with you today something that landed in my mailbox this morning, and that is the brand new 45 from the Beatles in this anthology season that we are in right now, this 25th anniversary season in which we are celebrating the Beatles and their history and their impact. And this is a brand new 45 that I ordered from the Beatles store. And this is the 2025 mix of Free as a Bird, backed with Real Love, perhaps a double A-sided single. Both of these particular songs have been released before in 1995 and 96, respectively. And here we have the 2025 mixes from Jeff Lynne, where we get to hear John Lennon's vocals much more clear, much more warmth added to that, and a couple of other edits and changes that he made, which has been the source of some concern and controversy. For this unabashed Beatles fan here, I am completely and totally cool with what we have now. And if you don't like these particular mixes, you can always check out the 95 and 96 mixes as well. So we're not going to do an unboxing, but we'll do an unwrapping so that if you've not picked up the 45, you can kind of get a sneak preview here of the look and the feel of this little nugget here. And here we have the hype sticker where it says the Beatles, Free as a Bird, and Real Love, 2025 mixes by Jeff Lynne, limited edition milk white vinyl from the anthology collection. Might be 2% milk, skim milk, low fat, whole milk. Either way, it's the Beatles. And here we will do a little unwrapping. I'll definitely save the sticker and slide it in the package there. So there's a slight tear to the sticker, but that is okay. And here is the front cover again, if you can catch that again. That is a sketch drawing by John Lennon. I believe this is taken from either one of the two books that were published at the height of Beatlemania, either in his own right or a Spaniard in the works. And that is the original cover for Free as a Bird when it came out in 95. And then you've got on the backside here, the original cover of Real Love. And if you notice there real closely, they have also airbrushed out Ringo's cigarette, something that they did back in 96. What a classic picture there. And now let's check out the milk white vinyl. Limited milk white vinyl. So here we have the classic Apple Records logo. Granny Smith apple there with Free as a Bird. Backed with, on the flip side, the classic flip side Apple Records logo, Real Love. And here we go. All right. You know, it's almost, I wouldn't necessarily say milk white vinyl, but maybe skim milk white vinyl. You know, skim milk is a little lighter in color and texture. And there it is, for if you like to take a look at all those little details there. And it's got Free as a Bird, says there on the label, original composition by John Lennon, Beatles version by John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, Ringo Starr, 2025 mix, produced by Jeff Lynne. So there's the flip side. See if you can get a good picture of that. Good look at that. And then on the flip side, Real Love. Again, John Lennon given credit. 2025 mix produced by Jeff Lynne, and then production credit here for John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, Ringo Starr, and Jeff Lynne. Engineers to the late great Jeff Emmerich and John Jacobs. If I'm not mistaken, Jeff Emmerich is celebrating a heavenly birthday today. December the 5th is when I'm recording this. So there you have it. The vinyl A side, Free as a Bird, backed with Real Love, the B side. I really think like this particular vinyl, this skim milk white vinyl, is a bridge between eras. The Beatles reaching across time to create again, as you know, and as I've shared on this broadcast before, a little bit of the background of Free as a Bird and Real Love being demos that were recorded by John Lennon just a little bit before his murder in 1980, and Paul, George, and Ringo reunited in 95 and 96 to add vocals and production to these songs. And on this particular mix of Free as a Bird, John's voice is a little more clear due to the AI technology that was used, and it returns with ache. His voice returns with ache and hope, and the band follows his lead one more time, and there's all these kind of great nuggets and anecdotes that are in the new episode of the anthology, which came out a couple of weeks ago, in which all three surviving Beatles at the time talk about how it was powerful to hear John's voice again in their respective headphones as they were recording the song. Well, here, I like both versions. I don't really have a preference, because again, I'm just happy at the fact that we have new Beatles music. And for me, I don't get caught into the technical details. I think about these songs on a more thematic and conceptual level. It's just my take on it. And here, as I've talked about, both Free as a Bird and Real Love and Now and Then are reminders that the impossible can become possible. Here we have the three surviving Beatles coming back together to do something new and different and innovative and creative again with John Lennon. And it's just such a powerful testament to the need for hope, the need for closure and resolution, and also, again, there's just this reminder that the impossible, the Beatles reunited digitally, and here we have Paul and John and George and Ringo singing and playing together. So again, Free as a Bird here, John's voice is much more clear, and you just hear just the emotional weight of the song, and I just think it's quite powerful. Real Love, the flip side, great song. I really remember being struck by the song in the 1988 documentary Imagine, in which the film opened with an early acoustic take of Real Love, and I just love the melody of that particular song, and it's great hearing Paul, George, and Ringo singing and playing with John again on Real Love. Again, a simple and sincere and uplifting song. In essence, the song Real Love is sunrise in vinyl form. And again, the vinyl here, just the notion of this kind of, again, I'm calling it skim milk because it's almost clear and watery like skim milk. We've got the warm, intimate sound here. I look forward to putting the needle on the vinyl to hear the hiss and the crackle and the analog warmth of vinyl spinning. And it's a late chapter in the Beatles being brought to life. And really the riff here that I want to share is that unfinished ideas can find their moment. Collaboration can stretch across decades, and the impossible can become possible. Here we have four friends, four brothers, not letting time, not letting death, not letting distance and lawsuits and heartache and breakup get in the way of coming back together again in the service of the music. I really enjoy both of these songs. I'm excited to spin this here in just a few minutes. Spinning these songs are going to serve as reminders for me that our echoes can still spark something beautiful. And just as a reminder, don't forget to share with the world your visions, your ideas, your thoughts, because the world needs them and you help make the world a better place. And definitely the Beatles and their legacy and their music and reunion songs like Free as a Bird, Real Love, and Now and Then serve as reminders that the world is going to be okay. We're going to be okay as long as we've got the music, as long as we've got harmony, as long as we've got reminders that the impossible can become possible. This is Sean Gaillard with another episode of Vinyl Riffs. I hope you leave some comments to share your thoughts and your ideas regarding this particular episode and your thoughts on Free as a Bird and Real Love. The 2025 mixes now on a brand new limited edition milk white 45 from the Beatles. Remember to keep spinning, to keep grooving, and keep believing. Thanks for tuning in.